Okay. So we were just discussing about the Salesforce. So Salesforce is a like CRM where we can store the data of the customers. So it's a customer relationship management. So like in Salesforce, generally we have multiple, we can have multiple medium to capture the data. It might be from any social media. It might be from any like newspaper advertisement and some campaign and some integrated platform. So it can be it can be it can come from anywhere. So if we'll get the data in Salesforce, then we can play with the data. So if you want to make some code changes, if you want to write some out of box feature, like some admin stuff, some development stuff, so we can write anything inside the Salesforce. Our main priority should be getting the data in the Salesforce, right? So we don't have a data, then what can we do inside this box? What we will do inside this Salesforce? We cannot do anything, right? If we don't have a data. So we should capture the data first, and then we can play with the data. So like Salesforce is a like platform like where so this is a like beneficial for us because this is on the cloud computing. And cloud computing is a technology where we don't need to be worry about the software installation, we don't need to be worry about the storage and all. So we directly can go to like cloud. We should have a ID password only. So let's say I have the Gmail account, I'll go to Gmail. So I don't need to be very like which window I'm using, which software I'm using. If I'm using any of the other some storage and I'm having the Windows 10, I'm having Windows 7, XP and whatever. So I don't need to be worried about anything. Even I can go anywhere. I can log in mobile device and all. So because everything is taken care by Gmail team only. Like whatever the server, whatever the database is uploaded. Database means where we are storing the like our files and our like all the documents and all. So everything is taken care by Gmail team only. So in this scenario, so in like there is very important question like which is asked by the interviewer in every, like if you have like 6 years of experience, 5 years of experience, that time also they will ask. Question is, so how many services is provided by cloud computing? Services provided by cloud computing is, first is SaaS, software as a service. Second is PaaS. We can say it's a platform as a service. Third is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So in this one, so in the software as a service means, so if you go to software as a service, so it's a simple way, like if I'll go to Gmail, let's say I'm going to Gmail. So after going to Gmail, I'm logging. If I need some assistance from the Gmail team, I need some storage, I need some any other technical or non-technical help, then definitely I will go to Gmail team only, because I'm having an issue related to Gmail only. Why will I go to Yahoo, right? So that time I'm not aware about the technical stuff. Whatever the technical stuffs they are going to write, whatever the things, I'm just going to order the things, and I'm just going to say like this, I'm facing this problem, so can you please resolve this issue? So they might tell me like, please pay this much of amount, then we will definitely help you. Okay, so on that scenario, I have to contact to Gmail team, and then they will solve my issue, right? I have to pay some amount. On that scenario, I'll say if I don't have any technical stuff and all, so that time I can say Gmail is an example for that. So where I just need to order the things, I don't need to take care about my software, I don't need to take care about my window and all. In case of platform as a service, so that is I can give an example of Salesforce. Why Salesforce? One second. Yeah. So in case of platform as a service, Salesforce, because in this platform, we should have a platform where we can write the code, like some Apex class, some Visual Force pages, some like coding stuff we can do. We should have a little technical knowledge in this platform as a service. So Salesforce is an example for platform as a service. So like, let's say, if I'm saying like we are the developer, so we can say platform as a service for us, software as a service for not for us. Yeah. So similarly, we were the example of like we are the client of the Gmail. So we are non-technical. We are just ordering the things and they are giving us a service. Same way, Salesforce is also can be example of your software as a service. Why? Because Same way, like we are the client, non-technical for Gmail. Same way, Salesforce, who is sitting in US, UK, or like a foreigners client and all. So that time they also can contact with us, and they also can say, yes, Amarjit, so we need this kind of services in Salesforce. So can you please provide? We will pay you that much of amount. So on that scenario, so we can say, yeah, Gmail and Salesforce is both example of software as a service, because in this scenario, client is non-technical, or if it's a technical, then they don't have a time to do the things. They are just ordering and they are just taking care, like giving the money and taking a service. Platform as a service means client also can, if they are technical, they have time, they also can resolve the issue in the Salesforce if they are facing some technical, non-technical issues. So that is platform as a service, where we can write the code. Infrastructure as a service, that is the AWS. So in case of like you have to maintain full infrastructure and all, like in our scenario, so we have to take care about say software as a service and platform as a service. If someone will ask you in the future, what is cloud computing and how many services provided by cloud computing, so you have to say it's a 3 services: SaaS, PaaS, and DaaS. So SaaS is an example of like Gmail, and Salesforce is an example of SaaS. Platform as a service is the Salesforce, and infrastructure as a service is the AWS. So in case of so there is one more question. So in this one, like if I'll say, so what is difference between salesforce.com and force.com? What is difference between salesforce.com and force.com? Salesforce.com is a SaaS, force.com is a PaaS. Simple way. Force.com is related to coding stuff and some technical stuff. This is not related to your coding stuff and all. This is a services on the software, and this is a platform where we have to do the services. Okay, hopefully everyone is clear now. So do you have any doubt? Oh, Rahul is also waiting. 1 second. Okay. I think there are someone is also joining. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Rahul. Hello. Yeah. Hi, Ravi Teja.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. So Ravi, we were discussing about little Salesforce is a cloud computer. So can you please? Yeah, Rahul. Yeah, I can hear your message. So let me just import. So I think everyone is there now. So yeah.
One of my friend is trying to join. I think it is not allowing him to enter the room. Is there any way you can allow?
No, I'm not getting any request. Can you please ask him to rejoin? So I'll admit him.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick him.
Sure. I'll be wait for them. Sure, I'm recording. Okay, fine. So yeah, so if you'll go to real time, so let's say you have your own shop. You have your own shop, that is any like cosmetic and all. So some of the customer is coming to your shop. That customer is coming to your shop. So what will you say? So as an unprofessional way, like unprofessional means as a simple way, this person will come to you and this will ask you, so I just want to buy this product. So you will give them, and you will like ask them money, and that's it, right? So if another way, so what can we do? We can keep their, if we'll say to customers, so please write your email ID, your like some of your contact details, some phone number and all. So next time, so even you can like you also can have some automation process where you can send the email or some notification to that customer. So accordingly, they will be very much happy with your services, and definitely they will also get back to you only. Even they also can refer to anyone, right? So here I'm sure, like if you have 100 of the customer, 20 customer will definitely will come to you. Even more than 20, I'm like minimum to minimum 20 will definitely will come to if you have this kind of email services, if you have this kind of phone services and all, right? Similar way, so in Salesforce, so first of all, we have to like capture the data of the customers, right? So how can we capture the data of the customer? Let's say I have Flipkart account, I have Flipkart, and this is my Salesforce. So Salesforce is totally integrated with Flipkart. So we are capturing the data of the Flipkart in the Salesforce. Whenever customer is going to Flipkart site, they are ready to buy some of the product, and they are just entering their details. So all the details is coming to Salesforce directly. So all the details, if they are doing the payment details, they are doing the payment detail is also coming. They are doing some of the other details. Everything is coming to Salesforce. So we are maintaining the data of the customers inside the Salesforce. Now, if we'll have the data, so let's say this is my Salesforce. Now, after the integration or after that, we'll get the data of the customer inside the Salesforce. After that, we can play with this data. We can, even if we want to send some automation mail, we want to send some notification, and we want to give some more benefits, some offers and all, so that we can provide to customers. Okay, so this is this is a benefit from the Salesforce, where we can do all these things. Like, our first priority should be to capture the data of the customers. So from which medium we can fetch the data from the Facebook, from Twitter, like LinkedIn, from newspaper, from any partner referral, email to Salesforce, like email to we have multiple objects where we can do. We'll tell you later. But yes, Salesforce is this is our main benefit. Second benefit is on cloud computing. There is a CRM first benefit. Second is it's a cloud computing, where we don't need to be worry about our software, which we need to install. Like, we don't need to install any on-demand software, which is totally specific to depend on our configuration. So we have to just we should have only the browser and the internet. Yeah, this is the internet service. This is limitation of the cloud computing. We can say the internet services. Without internet, we cannot operate. But yes, on internet, if nowadays everyone is having internet, so this is beneficial for everyone. So in the cloud computing, so cloud computing is generally provided the three types of service. Let me repeat all these things which I covered. So it's a SaaS. We can say it's a software as a service. We can say PaaS is a platform as a service. It's a IaaS is a infrastructure as a service. In case of SaaS, so we have an example. Let's say I have some of the our non-technical, some of the client is sitting on the US. That client is asking me, Amarjit, so I need this kind of automation process in my Salesforce or in their business. So what will I say? Okay, if you need this automation process in your business, so you have to pay that much of amount. I will do like this, and like this. Client is thinking, yeah, so if I'll pay the amount, so if I'll get this kind of benefit, definitely I should pay. So then they will pay me whatever dollars they are going to pay me. So I will give the service to them. So I can say my client was just ordering the things, and even they will also ask me, so Amarjit, so do I need to take care of do I need to take care of storage device? Do I need to take care about any installation product? I will say, no, you don't need to be worry about any installation. You no need to be worry about any storage device. So everything is on cloud. You will get free of cost. So client will be more happy, and they will be interested in our product, and they can we can have a potential customer then. So in case of PaaS, we can say this is also example of Salesforce. How? Because you can think if client is asking for client, this is a client. We can say this is for client. And this is for us, for developers. Okay, this is for developer. So PaaS means where we are where we can say where we are doing the part of coding, like some technical stuff. We are writing some code and all. So that we can say PaaS is for us, SaaS is for our client. And in another word, we can say this is a Salesforce.com, SFDC, and this is a Force.com. Okay, so this is a Salesforce.com, this is a Force.com. IaaS, it's a IaaS, it's an infrastructure as a service. So this is an example of AWS. So where we need to maintain full infrastructure in case of AWS. Like our main concern should be in case of, even interviewer can ask you what is difference between Salesforce.com and Force.com. So that time you have to say Salesforce.com is a SaaS, Force.com is a PaaS. So this is we covered as of now. If anyone have any doubt, then please feel free to ask me, and otherwise we'll go ahead. Okay, so now let's move to Salesforce Salesforce side. So we have a Salesforce so this is a site, this is a link I'm just sending on the Zoom chat, where you can go and you can click on this link, and directly you can click on the sign up button. So where we can create our free edition account, like it's a developer free edition account. This is unlimited, and unlimited means this is like there is no validity for this one, like 3 months, after 3 months it will be expired and all. This is a totally free of cost. You can create your own account, and after that you can enjoy with Salesforce. Okay, so let me just tell you how to create the account. So even you can create an account. I think this is not that much of tough. You can create after filling information, you will get emails. Yeah, you will get emails after might be within 5 minutes. So please, you have to wait for that, and you have to click on verify link, and then you can jump into the Salesforce. Okay, so in the Salesforce, so we can say there is a additions, like there is a addition. So I can, if I'm saying you this is a developer edition. Developer edition means that is a free of cost. We don't need to pay for this edition. But yes, if I'll go to real time, in my Salesforce, let's say currently I'm working, so I have a Salesforce account. So where I'm working now, I'm working in a developer org, or I'm working in any other org. I'm working in the I'm working in my Salesforce org, which is provided by my company, that is a paid product, that is a paid version given by my company, and this is a free edition which is given by Salesforce itself. Like UI, everything, back end, front end, like everything is similar to real time only. There is no difference. Even this is a very good opportunity which is Salesforce is provided to us. This is a learning environment where we can learn the Salesforce. Don't think that if I learn here, if I will learn in the real time, so is there any other difference? No, there is no difference. If you want to do something in this org, you also can do the same thing in another org. Like everything is same. So if I'll go to additions here, so in the addition, so I can say that is a developer edition provided by Salesforce. It's a developer. So I can say it's an addition. I can say it's a org free. Second is it's an unlimited edition. That is paid. That is around $300 per annual. Okay, every year you have to pay $300 per user. So second is enterprise. So here you have to pay approximate $150. So here we have professional edition. So we have professional editions around $50. And so price can be like decrease and increase according to years. Like every year it can be little increase or little decrease. So final we have a essential edition. So that is around $20, I guess. So why, if these all are the additions, so then why we are not using the free edition? You know why? Because in the free edition, I can never go to live real time. This is a live, like everything is similar, like UI and look and feel, everything is similar, but this is not a live environment. This is a free edition. Okay, this is a live. You will get a loads of storage around here. You will get a storage of only 5 MB. 5 MB is very high. Like don't think that is 5 is very less. It's a very high. You can store multiple data in the 5 MB. So here you will get around 10 GB. Yeah, enterprise you will get around 5 GB. So in this one you will get around like less GB, 50 GB or something, 20 GB, something like this. Okay, so this is the storage difference. This is like there are some in unlimited edition you can create multiple governor limits in the Salesforce, which we are having. Like governor limits means where we have some limitation, like if you are paying that much of amount, we'll get a loads of data, right? Loads of things. Because if you are paying extra amount, we'll get extra benefit. If you are paying less amount, then definitely we'll get less benefit, right? So these are the things which we are having in the Salesforce. So all are the productions actually. These are the production. So what is production? What is addition? What is org? Org, addition, both are the same thing. Don't confuse addition, org, both are the same thing. And what is production? Production is a live environment where we will do the things. Let's say if I'm going to my Facebook. I'm going to Facebook, or let's say, okay, there is no account, I think. So let's say Flipkart. I'm going to Flipkart. So this is a Flipkart. So let's say definitely there would be any of the developer who is working behind this Flipkart, right? There will be any of the developer who is working. So if they are working, so definitely, like let's say this is a Realme mobile. This is a Realme mobile. So they are designing this color. They are designing this ICIO for something like this. Okay. If I'll click on this one, so definitely it will redirect us on any other page, right? So like they are developers who is working behind the scene in the Flipkart. They are working behind the scene, behind this Flipkart. Definitely they should have some of the platform where they will write the code. Definitely they will not directly write on the live environment. This is a live, this is a production, this is a live environment. Because if any of the developer makes some little changes on the Realme, they are making real only. Okay, it will impact on loads of users. Let's say on the same time I'm the user for Flipkart. I'm like directly interested in this product I'm seeing. So if let's say there is some bug, I'm not able to see this product, and at the same time there are thousands of the customers also facing the same problem. So then it will be loads of impact on our business on Flipkart, right? So that time we have to take care that we are not doing the directly changes in the production. First, they will do the changing in the sandbox, in the staging environment, in the testing environment. So that time they can make the changes. They will test. They will do full and final. Yeah. So they will say, yeah, we are confident now. A product is ready. So everything is ready. We can deploy this product to production. They can deploy the production. So here we can understand from our theoretical part, like this is our Flipkart. So let's say in the Flipkart we have 20 products we are selling. Okay, and this is our one duplicate Flipkart. This is a duplicate. This is real time live. This is live. This is also real time, but this is not a live. We have 20 product here as well. So if I'll make directly changes in the production, this is my production, and this is my testing environment. We can say it's a sandbox, testing environment, both are the same. This is production. So this is a duplicate copy of my production. This sandbox, this is testing environment, is a duplicate copy of my production. So if any of my developer is making some changes in this production directly, then it might be impact on loads of users. So I can like get a loads of loss in my business, right? But if I'll have an approach where I should have a backend system where I can do the coding, I'll test everything. If everything seems fine, then I will transfer the data to production. Because you can understand here, like if this is both are the equal, both are the this sandbox testing environment is a duplicate copy of production. So if it is a duplicate copy of production, then what can I do? So whatever the behavior will impact on the production, same behavior will also be impacted in my testing environment. Because we have 20 things in the production, same way 20 things we have in the sandbox. Because this is a replica of the production, if I'll make some of the changes in the sandbox, definitely I can observe, yeah, same. If there is some bug, definitely this bug will also be raised in the production. I should resolve this bug in the sandbox itself. So I will resolve this issue in the sandbox. If everything seems working fine, that time I will send to production directly. So that time that data will be live. There will not be impact on business. Even everyone can enjoy their like product, and they can also like pay some money, and we also can get the benefits. So you are getting it or not? So please respond now. Like if you have any doubt, then I will clear. Otherwise, it's good to go. Hello. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Ravi, Raju, Rahul, Abbas, Hari Krishan, Maya. Okay, fine. I think it's good. Thank you. So this is our production. This is our sandbox. So in Salesforce, so if let me log into my Salesforce in my live environment. So this is my developer role. This is my free edition. So if I'll go to production, I'll go to login.salesforce.com. You can observe the URL now, login.salesforce.com. Parallelly, I'm going to log into sandbox. It's a testing environment. I told you not testing. So it's a test.salesforce.com. So I'm going to open two URLs. Let me just open my this org. Let's say, let me just log in with the sandbox. So this is my live environment. this is my production, and this is my sandbox, which I'm going to log in now. This is my sandbox. So it will not look like your Flipkart and Amazon and something like this. It will be in the backend. Definitely this will work in the Flipkart, definitely. How? Because this is a UI, this is a front end part. In the backend there might be some other technology, might be Salesforce, some Oracle. So this might be any other database where we are storing the data. It might be Salesforce in the behind the scene, might be it is integrated, might be it is linked with Salesforce. Whatever the data we are filling in the Flipkart, all data is coming to Salesforce directly. And from the Salesforce, we are sending the emails, we are doing the lots of automation. So you might think, yeah, this data is this mail is coming from Flipkart. Definitely it is coming from Flipkart, but this mail is sending by email Salesforce only. Okay, this email is sending by Salesforce only. With the help of Salesforce, we are getting the emails. So let me show you. As you know, like you are aware, we are getting lots of emails from the which is unused email. Even sometimes we don't recognize, we didn't register, and after that we are getting the emails from the some of the Flipkart and all. Let's say we are getting the emails from LinkedIn. So this is a, like, for showing purpose, I can say this is a LinkedIn account. This is a LinkedIn account. This account is like this email is sent by LinkedIn only. So there might be some any other technology which is sending this email behind this LinkedIn. Okay, so with this platform, with this layout, okay, email template. So these are the things. So this is a sandbox. Sandbox is a sandbox. You know, this is a sandbox. So this is my sandbox name, and this is my production. So you will not be able to see anything inside on the production. So this is a sandbox. Sandbox is directly highlighted is the sandbox. If there is nothing, then you can consider this a production org, or it's a free edition, it's a developer org. Production org or developer org, both are the login.salesforce.com. Sandbox is always with login by dash.salesforce.com. Okay, these are the differences. So both look and feel, both are the different. So you can see this is a black header. So this is also, we also can create here as well. So this is already existing implementation. So there is no difference, both are the same. You can see like there is no difference. Okay, so in the free edition, we can store the data, we can store multiple things in the Salesforce side. So let me just show you. Let me just show you, let you know the custom objects and something like this. We'll go slowly, yeah, definitely, like for a demo purpose today. So let me just try to explain what is objects and all on the high level. Like we'll do in the brief by tomorrow, but yes, for today, let me just explain you on a high level. So let's say I have this box. I have this box, this container. In this container, the limitation of this limit of this container is 10 liter only. So this is some of the any liquid, some lubricant and something like this. We are going to we are just going to store in this container. So the limit is like its storage is 10 liter only. So let's say I'm saying like, so please can you please some of the water in this one, like 2 liter water, 2 liter milk, 2 liter of oil, 2 liter of some any of the liquid. Okay, so after that, so what I'm going to do here, so let's say this is my container and this is my water, everything is I'm filling in this one. So now storage is increasing slowly. Okay, after that I'm telling you, so can you please, whatever 2 liter water, can you please separate 2 liter water from this container? So that is very difficult, right? Everything is a mixture now, right? Everything is mixed now. We cannot do like we cannot even segregate the things, right? We cannot make any separate things in this, because all the materials are mixed now. Oil, water and everything is mixed now, right? So to alternatively, what can we do here? Like what can we overcome? How can we overcome this issue? We can create a different containers. It's a sub containers in this box. So we can say whatever the water will come here and whatever the things will come here. So everything will be taken care by this pipe. We have this pipe. We are filling this water in this one, this oil, this one, milk in this one, and something else in this and something else in this one. After that, if you want to get some of the water, so definitely you should have some of the cap, and you will open this cap and you can get this water, right? That time everything will not be mixed, right? So this is a container and this is a boxes and all, right? So this is a like our Salesforce. Generally, how to send a technical words, we can say these are our object. This is our object. This is my Salesforce. All are my Salesforce. These containers, like sub containers, are my objects where we can store the data. Like high level, if I'll say, yeah, this is a like liquid data I can store. I can say all the liquid material I can store in the Salesforce on a high level, if I'll say. But if I'll go to inside the Salesforce, I will say, oh, in this Salesforce, I have different object. It's a different boxes where I can store this material. I can store this data, this data, this data. Let's say now let's compare with real time. Let's say this is my Flipkart account. This is my Flipkart. I'm going to register my Flipkart now. So this is a now let's forget about your liquid. Now this is a Flipkart. So client is going to Flipkart and they are registering their own details. That data we want to store in this the personal data we are going to store in this container. So they are just going to enter some of the delivery address and something like this. We are just going to store this another data in this another object, some delivery address and all. They want to store some of the product. What is the link with this, what product they are interested? We want to store this product data in this one, and whatever the payment in this one. So all the data we can segregate. Even if some of the candidate will come to Salesforce and they will say, oh, this data is related to this one, this object is related to this one, all data is related to this one, this data is related to payment only. If we can segregate the things, all these things make the Salesforce very easier. Right, we can understand the Salesforce and we can say, yeah, this Salesforce is very best for us. And we also, like, even if I'll tell you personally, Salesforce is a very easy technology, and I will suggest you to like learn this Salesforce technology, and you can like make your future bright in Salesforce, because economically also and personally, if I'll say, like, it is very like it can give you good health and wealth both. So I think that is sufficient for today. And if you have any doubts, so please ask me. So then we'll continue. So do you have any doubt, Abbas? Ravi?
No, I don't.
It's all good, no?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. I think that is okay. Great. Good to hear that. Thank you so much. So I think that is enough for demo. So you want like some more thing, like any doubts and some questions. So please don't feel. Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Abbas.
Yeah, one actually single question I just want to ask, because there is a lot of Salesforce things in the market. People are selling like Salesforce admin, Salesforce developer, Salesforce velocity, Salesforce B2B e-commerce.
Yeah. Good question.
So I just want to know one thing. See, I am from different background. I'm from marketing background, and I know Salesforce Marketing Cloud is good for me.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, Salesforce Marketing Cloud is not free. At least, but the Salesforce developer and admin part is that we can use, and we can create an org also. And we can learn the things from the Salesforce basic developer things.
Right.
You just suggest me what I need to start it from, because I know Salesforce is very offering, because last year in the COVID, Salesforce offering massive discounts, means in examination and everything, and I lost that time due to I also happened. COVID happened to me, so just please guide me what which part I started from and which part I usually get the job, and I started my career with as a Salesforce consultant.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I will suggest. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a good question. So actually, might be everyone is like you, Abbas. So I think like if you are going to start the career, like loads of like 80 to 90% candidate you will get like you only. Don't afraid like you are from different background and they are from everyone can be from different background. First of all, like don't think I am from different background, I will be able to do this thing or not. I totally agree and totally understand, because you are going to enter in the new platform. You are going to adopt the new platform, so you will be understand it or not. Might be because this is a time where we have to decide this is a wrong way or right way. So we should might be like I'm motivating you, but this is your decision, right? So, but yes, I will say See, in the Salesforce, if you are from different background, so we have, first thing, we have Salesforce admin. So where there is 0% of coding, where is no coding. In Salesforce, there is no coding in the admin side. So we have job in the market, lots of job in the market for admin, but there is very less job. I will suggest, to be honest, there is very less job. You can get it easily. Even if a developer is getting a job in 5 days, you can get a job in 10 days, but definitely you will get an admin job as well. But admin has not that much of future, but future means you with admin, you should have multiple stuff. Let's say marketing cloud, some knowledge, some velocity or something like this. So you should have multiple things like some wave analytics knowledge and all. So multiple cloud you have to learn. But in Salesforce, I will suggest first, if you will learn the Salesforce admin side, you will learn Salesforce admin first. After the admin, so if you are learning from the admin, after that you are going to development. So that time you can easily adopt the development, because development, like half of the development is dependent on admin only. If you learn the admin, then half of the development is covered. Okay, development is not that much of tough, means in Salesforce, I will suggest. So because how can you learn? Because everything, let's say if I'm teaching you something, so that time you have to compare that thing with the real time only. Every time you have to think and you have to compare with real time. Let's say after the class, once you will get free time, that time also you can go through the Googles and all, and you can compare the same thing with real time. If you compare the same thing with real time, I'm sure like after 3 months or after 2.5 months, once our syllabus will be completed, so that time you can compare yourself with any of the other friend or something like this. So I will say you will be around 3 to 4 years of experience knowledge. I'm pretty sure if you will if you'll go with real time and with interesting, if you'll take an interest, that time I'm saying, if you'll think that we need a job, that time I think it is little risky, because that time you will not concentrate on your real time things. You will just concentrate on your job and all. Okay, I will say take an interest in Salesforce. After taking interest, job will automatically come to you.
Yeah, I would learn. Right
Sorry?
now will distract me, because knowing the kind of person I am, being emotional, it's gonna distract me. So I don't think I have that strength.
That's why you need to shoot the money. That's gonna be like.
No.
I think okay, there's a new person join. Okay, fine. So this is a thing. So Abbas, so I think you got your answer.
Yes. Okay, that's really nice. So we are covering admin and developer.
Development.
For
So
only admin.
what we are going to cover here, like what we are going
development. In development, I just want to know one thing, that in development we supposed to design some type of software or not? No.
1 second. Sorry.
In development, what we need to do is actually a little bit confusing about development part. Admin part is clear to me. Development, what is we are doing in development
actually development, like whatever things we are going in admin side, whatever things we are going to do in admin side, so that is not achievable with admin. So that thing we have to do with development. Let's say I'm saying, let me just show you one second here. So 1 second. Let's say, so this is my this is me and this is my destination. I have to go directly to this destination. Okay, so let's say if there is some of the obstacle and I'm not able to go there, so that time if I'll go to admin side, definitely I will not be able to cross this wall, right? So I have to go this side and I have to go this side. I have to look the alternative. Even I have to go to another alternative, right? So but admin is, there is obstacle where we cannot, there is some limitation in the admin where we cannot achieve everything. There is some limitation where we cannot achieve everything. So there is like some certain things we can do in the admin side. So let's say some of these things we are updating, we are creating and all. So we want some custom logic, our own logic. We have different mentality. we want to do some more things, we want to achieve some more thing, so that time we have to go development side. That is also one kind of admin. We also can achieve multiple things from admin. If we'll get the some work sorry, so if you'll get the some new work from the as a like they are some, like we are joining the company and they are assigning us some work, then they are not saying this is admin work or development work. They will just tell you the Jira ticket. They will just tell you, okay, this is Abbas, this is a ticket, and this is a work you have to do. So they will not tell you to write the code. They will not tell you to do these things. You have to think. So if this work is done by admin side, one second. Yeah, sorry. So if that work is done by admin side, so you will do admin only. If that work is not done by admin side, then that time you have to go to development only. That is the thing, that everything is like no one will tell you to do that things in admin, and no one will tell you to do that things with development. So it's totally, if everything is achievable with admin, so then why we are going to development? Best practice in Salesforce is we have to always go to admin side first. If that is not like, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. So do any have any questions? So you can like ask me, Abhi. I think all good, na? No, CPQ, yeah. So CPQ is a different, like that is a different, it's a part of opportunity. That's a part of our quotation. So that is development, that comes under the development and admin both. That is a different cloud. CPQ is a different cloud. So that is also a part of Salesforce. Definitely is a part of Salesforce, but it's a different. We like that is not a mandatory that we have to learn the CPQ. Without CPQ, like we cannot get a job. No, there is nothing. That is an additional part only. So let's say if I'm doing some additional things, if I have additional certificate, it doesn't mean that if I have or you don't have that you will not get a job. Right. So you also will get the job. CPQ is important, but not that much of important that you should be aware. Okay.
So I have a quick question to ask. So I was looking at the course content page. So just wanted to understand, like, I do have like some basic understanding of admin part, but I'm also looking to more of understand the dev part of Salesforce. So the course content says that you'll be talking about like OOPS concept, and then
yes,
VF and Apex and triggers and stuff like that. So a person who doesn't have a coding background, so how is that we are going to cover? Like we are going to cover it from scratch, that somebody going through this course would be able to understand, or perhaps write some small codes on themselves, like including LWC and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah. So from we'll go from 0 level only. We'll not go on a high level, and we'll go from the very basic level. We'll try to cover each and every point, like from we'll compare the code once while writing the code. We'll compare the things with, let's say, some of the fields we are creating from the any of the custom objects. Same way we are creating Apex class, that is also comparable with our object. So some of the variable we are creating, that is also comparable with our custom field. Some of the like field level we are giving, that is compared with our API name. So let's say something like this, we'll cover with from the scratch level only, very like basic level.
So how advanced we are planning to go when it comes to the development part? Are we just be touching the basic things, or we would be going
not
a bit
basic.
advanced as well?
No. So I will just give you a reply on one word only. So you can apply around 3 years of experience after this one, after 2.5 months. This is answer. Okay, so that is advanced level. Basic, definitely we'll go to basic. We'll start from basic, but we'll go from basic to advanced.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay,
and maybe I might have missed that. What's the duration of this complete course completion?
Actually, duration, like there is not specific duration, to be honest. Like duration will be on that manner. If we'll say, like on a high level, if I'll say, that would be around 2.5 to 3 months, approximate average 2.5 months. But if we are going to cover like everything, but yes, if I'll tell you that like on a high level, like I'm not on hurry, so I'll like on Saturday or Sunday, so we'll plan the day, so where we'll have our interview questions and all, we'll cover all the interview questions and all, so whatever the syllabus we covered till now on the 5 days. So yeah, so duration, like as per my understanding, I think duration, if you think the duration, then this will not work, because duration, like average duration, definitely it will be more than 2.5 months only. But yes, so we have to go with our understanding. If we have any doubt, let's say we are covering, we are covering some of the tasks and we are not understanding. Tomorrow we are not understanding. Day after tomorrow, the same task we have to repeat. I will repeat, definitely I will repeat, because if someone has doubt, then definitely we have to repeat. It might be explained. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, makes sense. And we are planning to take classes on a daily basis.
Daily basis.
I'm
Right?
sorry, I'm asking this because I didn't saw any details about like how the class. Okay.
Yeah, on a daily basis. Yeah, 1 hour
Okay,
duration, like that would be a 1 hour duration.
Okay.
Okay. So yep. I think that's fine now. Shall we drop now? I think all good. Okay, guys, then thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the session.
Yeah, hi. One minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is directly when the class starts from.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Time. Yeah, this is the same time for the few days.
Yeah, same time. So I will let you know.
Entire the class is the 7:30.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know the like timing and all.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, then no problem. Thanks. Bye. Good night.